there was an NBA draft, and well, I'm sure there'll be some nice cars getting bought up or have already been bought up. But I wanted to ask you this. I know coming out of the first day of the draft, and we'll get to Bronny later. We'll get to him coming up in the second segment of the show. But I think right now I would love to get your opinion and your take on there being so many overseas players. You get the 1 and the 2, then you get a number 6 and a number 12. So just outside of the 10, you get 1, and it's just that's a lot. That's right. A lot of overseas players, and to think that the dream team, the dominance of American basketball, USA basketball, and now 2 years in a row you have a overseas player that goes tops in the draft. Did you have a take on it?
You know what? Kobe Bryant said this was going to happen, 10 years ago when he came out and said, and one day in this NBA, the players from overseas are going to become more skilled basketball players than the players in the U.S. because of the fundamentals, the details. Those guys are actually working on their game to get to the NBA. And you look at the NBA today, who are arguably 2 of the best players in the world? Joker,
Giannis, Joker.
Joker,
3, right?
Giannis,
yeah,
and Luka. So when you look at it from that aspect, you talking about these guys from France and Serbia and all these guys from overseas. They are basically when they're kids, everybody basically idolizes somebody, and that's how it is when you're a kid. You want to play basketball, and they're idolizing guys that they see on TV in the NBA. You know what? I want to be like that guy to get to the NBA. So that's why I believe that you're seeing a transition from all of the American-born players versus the guys overseas, is because this whole AAU program with basketball, it's really taken away from the details and the teaching from an American point of view to develop young talent over here. And I believe it's one of the main reasons because of this insurgence of these players from overseas, because we're not developing our own players and kids here. Everybody wants to bag. Everybody wants to make the highlights on Instagram and on social media and sports and all of these things. I'm not saying that we don't have fundamentally sound players, but the players from overseas are more well-rounded basketball players coming into our league.
Oh yeah, there was a day too. And that storyline was dominated by one Bronny James. Would he get drafted? How would that be received?
Every time this young man steps on a court, these guys are going to try to expose him defensively, offensively, to show him and to everybody else that he does not belong in this league.
I was thinking when I saw the draft pick take place, I was like, man, somebody knew this was going to happen. And it was Michael Jordan. Didn't Michael Jordan come out with a movie called Like Mike? Like, wasn't it a dude, wasn't Little Bow Wow playing in the NBA in the movie? That's like, to me, this is like Lil Bow Wow making it into the NBA. Like, don't you think he's going to look, I think he's going to look out of place in the NBA. I really do. I know I sound like a hater, but I look at it like this, and it's like, at what cost do you go to? Like, at what lengths do you go to for what? Like, what is the reasoning behind doing this?
They've already done it. There is no length. They will go to whatever they have to make whatever.
To what end?
James want to happen.
To what end? Like you just said about Summer League. The Summer League thing, all right? That's a great topic. if he's not playing in the summer league, you already know it's because you don't want to see him because he's going to get undressed.
Why is he not playing in the summer league?
If he isn't, it's because they know he's going to get undressed in the summer league.
And
if he does play and they televising all them games, you know somebody in the NBA offices is sitting there like, okay, you know what? you want to play that game? We're going to put all these games on prime time. You know why? Because we're going to want to see this dude get exposed.
So why have not Rich Paul, LeBron, and the Lakers organization come out and say if Bronny James is playing in the summer league or not? Because they want to know. Because they're going to put all his teams on primetime television. Why haven't they come out and said if he's playing in the summer league or not?
Why is it even a question? How many other
None.
rookies is
None. Tim Hardaway told me it's never happened before.
Okay. So again, everything is based around never happened before. What are you like? That first of all, I said this is an Ocean 11 type of film here, right? They stole a 55th pick. Like there's somebody sitting at home or went in free agency or whatever it may be that should have been the 55th overall pick in the NBA draft that didn't get picked. I think we would all agree on that. We'd all agree on that. If you're not kissing LeBron's ass in this scenario and you just keeping it all the way a buck, you do know that with all of what you're doing to be able to play with your son, you have set your son up for a tremendous failure and a tremendous fall. I mean, this again, I look at it like this. I would never think that I'd be able to play football long enough where my son would be able to play with me and we'd be on both ends of on the line of scrimmage and we book ends together. But let me tell you something. One thing I would not do is sit there and do this to get my son into the NFL and get him drafted if his production was slim to nothing when he was in college for 1 year. I would not do that because not for the simple fact of anything else other than if you can't do it at this level, there is absolutely no way in hell you're going to be able to do it in the NFL. You get away with a lot of things that you wouldn't be able to get away with in the college ranks. And I have to believe and assume that that's the same for basketball as well. I wouldn't just for the sake of doing it, I got my son on this team. I wouldn't do it because of kind of what you're alluding to and what you're saying is that this is a scenario where he could get like brutalized. Like I don't know how bad it gets in. I don't know how bad it gets in the NBA, but I know if that man was out there and he couldn't do it in college, and we got him in as a freshman. They might have to cart him up out of there.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you, man. You don't understand what these guys are going to go on this step on this basketball court. They're going to try to embarrass this young man every time he steps on the court because of the privilege. Because there's no player ever in college history that would enter themselves into the NBA draft averaging 4 points in college basketball.
Doesn't make sense. All right, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this before we go to our update. Let me ask you this. Let me give you this. A basketball purist will say, and as we heard LeBron say in years past, when Bronny was in high school, LeBron was quoted saying, you know, Bronny is better than most of these dudes I'm playing against in the NBA right now. He put that out there while the kid was at Sierra Canyon. All right, let me put this in front of you real quick. If that's the case, a basketball purist will say, well, we know what it's already going to be like. If y'all knew basketball, if y'all followed basketball closely, y'all would know that Bronny is already playing against a lot of these guys on the circuits. Like he has the opportunity based upon his exposure being with his dad to play against this talent. So he's already acclimated to playing against this type of talent. It's just now being in a Lakers uniform in the NBA. I'm certain that that's going to be the rebuttal or what somebody that says people like us don't deserve to talk basketball or anything like that because we don't know anything. That's fine. You call it what you want to call it. But a basketball purist might put that out there. What say you to that?
Man, when you say that he's playing at the level of competition that he will play at next level, I'm just looking at the guards in the Western Conference. Ja Morant, SGA,